Good morning and welcome to Today at the Races at Laurel Park. Tim Tulloch alongside Keith Fustel. Keith, yesterday was opening day of our spring meet here at Laurel Park. Nothing too surprising. Maybe Order the Kettle in race
Yeah.
7, $35 winner and $17 winner in the ninth.
Order the Kettle, the horse in the last race. I had on the ticket. I was bouncing back and forth on that horse to put on top, but I didn't. I'd watched the race and kind of got a little discouraged of its last, but got it done with Taralba from that wide run. Yeah, Order the Kettle. I was able to kind of catch exactly Heldish, my value play of the day yesterday. It took top and bottom. I thought the horse had a good shot, and I thought the race was kind of wide open. I didn't want to leave anybody out, so we were lucky to catch that one. But Order the Kettle, big run with that wide surge. Again, Heldish with a little trouble leaving the 3/8 pole.
Heldish can find some trouble. Heldish can certainly do that. Second day of our meet. Next Saturday is our first big Saturday of the spring meet. 4 $100,000 stakes. The Heavenly Cause, the Priminetta, the Native Dancer, and of course the Frank Whiteley, all next Saturday at our Festival of Champions meet here at Laurel Park. Let's take a quick look outside. A little windy out there this morning, but track is drying out, and we talked about the turf. We're going to get there.
Yeah, we're going to get there. Looks like the 19th might be our first scheduled turf event. But track I thought played pretty fair yesterday. All in all, you're talking about that breeze. Yeah, things have kicked up recently. I don't know what the gusts. Yeah, up to 27. Wow. So we're gonna be dealing with that. The jocks and the horses dealing with that element, and we'll keep you apprised. Sometimes you get those wind aided. This has a trend to help them into the far turn. Sometimes you get those quarter miles, those first quarters, those sprints really kind of sprightly. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Beautiful thing. The ducks are
that's Fred and Ethel.
good.
Fred and Ethel live out on that island. No, that is Fred and Ethel. They
Love
have
it.
names. They never leave. They've been there for a lot of years. Trust me, that's Fred and Ethel. All right, let's move on to race number 1. We have a big day here today. As always, race number 1 kicks off the early pick 5. This is a claiming event. Now there's a 3 lifetime going 5.5 furlongs, and we're going to start with my top pick. This is the 6 Casino Tricks. We're going to check out a video from March 15th. We're going to pick this one up at the quarter pole.
Casino Tricks, the last 2 have been really good with the speed. The blinkers came off 2 races back, and he doesn't mind a little fight. He kicks away, took some pressure 2 races back, repelled a challenge to draw off, gets hooked by Guapo again here on the 15th of March. This was a dropper. These 2 head and head to the wire, just lose by a skosh here, but is the outside speed. Looks to me to be the speed of the speed. I believe the race is going to go through Casino Tricks in the opener. I take a little flyer, Austin from Boston. A negative drop off a big number. There's the comment. Step slow, galloped around. All right, you get beat 34 and change. All right, why aren't you dropping or anything like that? Couple works since, including a bullet March the 14th at Pimlico. Can you say all or nothing for Austin from Boston?
Well, I mean, the form prior to that race where he just galloped around on February 3rd is pretty good.
Sure.
And actually real good. A couple wins and 4 starts there with figures that certainly work here. The 2 Trophy Room, Tommy Iannotti, just coming out of a just miss effort, but posted a lifetime best that day.
It did. Posted a lifetime best. I'm a little bit suspicious, a little, dubious of that number comparatively to the rest of the field and what they had run prior. But nonetheless, visually a good effort. So I think we'll probably set up stalking Casino Tricks that away. Another drop here, 40 to 20, now to 12.5. That doesn't scream, hey, I just can't. I can't trust that one. Might get it done. Will be a shorter price. I look for some value also from Boston, but clearly Casino Tricks is the horse to beat.
4-6 for Keith in the opener, 6-5 for myself as we move to race number 2. Early pick 4 time. Keith, what do you have for us today?
Spread-a-rama. Then we trim it down. 2, 3, 7, 8. Race 2 in a wide open affair. Race 3, 4 deep again. 3, 5, 6, and 7. Moncrief off the claim. Going to take them a long way in there. Race 4. Tweet Away Robin, Bandits Warrior. These look like the 2. If they bring close to a B+, A- effort, they're going to be tough to beat. Single race 5 with the 7 Determined Princess. We had to keep this ticket manageable. That's how we did it with the Phil Schoenthal runner. Very good debut. We've got video of that one. $16 for the early pick 4.
Yeah, we'll talk about that race when we get to it, but that's a horse that I like this afternoon. Also, race 2, early pick 4, 12-5, straight 3-year-old fillies going 3/4 of a mile. We'll start with the 8, She, Her, Hers, Forest Boyce. For Timmy Keefe, gets at an appropriate level this afternoon after a maiden 20 win 2 back.
Yeah, Tim was on a tear, and Boyce on top, last time out and the time before. I thought this one was making the right jump 2 races back, in a little trouble last time. That was it. Got it off her game. You look at the race, step slow, steadied, inside angled. Renee 6, Blue Trillion, True Sunshine. That was for 40. Okay, this is attack mode today, and that's fine. You look at her buyers, really. This is where she belongs. That turned out to be a key race. All those horses came back to run well yesterday with True Sunshine and getting the victory. There is enough speed in here. A little bit of speed comes out with the 4, Lavinia Spirit being scratched, but I think Neolithica, Camus, even Capitu to kind of be forward in here. She, Her, Hers to go ahead and drop in around that turn and make a sustained run to get it done in race 2. Pretty wide open race. I think Floge is going to get what she needs.
Sure.
I mean, you look at her races last time out. We had this one 29-1, just couldn't get up there for second for us for that exact. But overcome a little trouble early, caught very wide, making that run, saves a little bit more ground. Mena, a rider that's on a little bit of a roll here as well. Concentrate on his mounts. 8-2-7-3 Neolithic, I think gets help along with Camus. Camus is interesting, I think, coming here. Levine and Toledo, smaller sample size, but when they hook up, they do well.
Yep.
Overmatched in open company in January, mid-January at Aqua that comes back with the blinkers on. I think we'll get that tracking trip just outside of Neolithic.
A big drop here coming in. Camus, the 1 Tina last time at this level. Got soundly beaten, but did run second in a 7-horse field by Honey BB, but gets back into a spot where she could be a little bit better. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. Let's move to race number 3. This is a 2 lifetime, $20,000 is the claiming price. 3/4 of a mile is the distance, 3-year-olds and up. And we'll start with your top pick in here, and that is the 5. Yes, the 5 Moncrief. 5-1 on the line. First time off the claim for Troy Robb.
Yeah, jumping up here, confident move for the connections. Troy Robb hasn't run a lot of horses, but he's done well. His 2 horses off the claim, both ran 3rd off the claim. Star Shopping, his name is Sue. Let's look at the field, and I think Moncrief, if he's on his game, he's got speed. He can jump to the front. Held well last time behind the Great Gazoo. Yes, this is a jump, but there's some question marks, a little bit of some sketchy form in this race. Why not get brave on the lead and look for a little bit of value with Moncrief?
Sure, you'll get value with this horse this afternoon, I would think. I have the 7 Wesley Thomas on top. We have a video to look at from March 16th. We're going to pick this one up just outside the quarter pole.
Yeah, this was, all in all, I thought a pretty good race. Outside arrival around the turn is going to shift out and just kind of make a steady progression. Closes up, just makes up about a length and a half through the final 1/8 of a mile. But was willing. We talked about this race yesterday. Produced a next out winner, Mr. Agent. You'll see down inside, came back to win. A little bit, I don't know how to describe it. Confused, though, looking at the horse I liked yesterday, came out of that race, didn't run a step. Well, was chased a little bit wide. The Claceris horse, I think it was.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
so,
didn't run it.
So out of that race, but the numbers going in the right direction here for Jerry Robb. I think this one will bring a run from just off the pace. Nico Lucky. This horse, hard to figure.
I have no idea.
Yeah, 3 barn changes in the last, 4 races. Now we're going to go for Marco Salivar. Taralba rode this horse beautiful last time, made the attack move 3 wide on the turn and kicked away with vigor. Warrants the jump, certainly fits.
I'm not going to just by the numbers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's no doubt about that. And first against winners today, so that's gonna be a little tougher.
But I think you look at Where's Ray. He beats Where's Ray by 7, and I mean dominated, hooked him, and just drew off eagerly. Where's Ray comes back and runs a 79, winning by double digits yesterday. Nico Lucky's kind of a if he brings the race that he ran last time, he wins. He beats this group. And he beats them clearly, but I just behind all these trainer changes, jock changes. I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, behind the next out winner, the race before.
Yeah.
Bandcamp will come back and win. Another trainer change. owners might have wanted this horse to stay around. Raymond Ginter is
Right.
the bulk of his
Oh,
horses
okay. Okay.
out of Maryland. They will still be running some here, but the bulk of his horses are gone from Maryland. Let's move to race number 4. This is fillies and mares. Wide open, $8,000 is the tag, 5.5 furlongs. We'll start with the 4.
Okay.
This is Bandit's Warrior. Both you and I have this one on top. We're going to look at a video here from February 2nd, and we're going to pick it up at the top of the stretch.
Interesting race. Off of a drop from that starter to the open 8, what you're going to get today with the fillies and mares. Look at the ride. Just nursed along on the front end. Usually you'll never see me give a comment, wins by a nose, and the comment is written out. But watch this. Not going to just a little bit of a stick there.
Yep.
One little tap. Maybe they say, hey, she might get a little discouraged. If you go to work a little early, she's quick. And Tweetaway Robin has speed. But the problem with Tweetaway Robin is the braking. I mean, reared brake, toss head. We've ranked break. It's time and time again. If these two, though, go out there, I think Bandit's Warrior has the ability to clear against this group. And Tweetaway Robin, even despite the trouble, I think she can get into a stalking position. She's got the back class. These two around the racetrack, we agree.
Yeah, she's 11-time winner,
2-4.
and but the break is going to be everything for Tweetaway Robin this afternoon as we move to race number 5, 4-2 for both of us in the 4th. Race 5 does kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. We have a nice carryover, about $22,000. I was out. I was one and done yesterday, but here I'm going to take another shot at it, a little cheaper today, $43.20. I'm going to go 3 deep here in race number 3. I'm going to use the 2 Amy Symphony. The Trombetta Barnes got warming up a little bit again all of a sudden, so I can't skip that one. Of course, a Destination for Miguel Vera, and then we both like the Tournament Princess for show and thaw. Race 6. I'm going to use the 2, the 7, and the 8 under the overpass. My top pick there, but return the fire, the 8 and the Nest horse, the 7. Race number 7, 3 and 6, Blue Kingdom and F35 for Brittany Russell. Race 8. Spread there. This race, we talked about this earlier. This is kind of a tough race. I go 4 deep here. I use the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. My top pick in there is my price play of the day. That is the 2. Golden Candy. And race 9, 3 deep there, the 2, the 4, and the 5. I'm a Cutie Pie on top, but Gaudette's horse looks good, and we don't know what to expect from Russell's horse, the 5 Dwelling Legacy. And I single on the only horse I really have a ton of confidence in today, and that is the 2 Smooth Rico in the finale for McGee and Lopez, $43.20 ticket. Race 5, maiden special weight, 1 mile, maiden 3-year-old fillies. We will start with the 7. This is Determined Princess from Phil Schoenthal. Second start today. We're going to go back to her first start, and we're going to check her out leaving the gate.
Yeah. Gate, comes off a little awkward. Debut here for the daughter of Ghost Sapper. Slight hesitate, just maybe a smidgen of a hop, but then gets, thrown into the fire here, up 4 wide into the pace scrum, and doing it under urging. So you're thinking, okay, this filly's kind of making this move, and it wasn't super demanding, 23 and 146. And okay, she's just going to kind of fizzle out. But not the case. Makes the challenge. Yeah, overly dramatic. Makes that bit head to cleaner trip and is going to widen. But you gotta love the way Determined Princess keeps on going through the final 3/16 of a mile. Yeah, I just thought this was really, really good. She shows no let up. Yes, did she give up a little ground to this winner the last 1/8 of a mile? Sure. But she's got the build there. You can kind of see. I'd like maybe to see one more sprint in her, Tim, but the willingness after that trouble and being gunned up to contention at 4 wide into the turn. It speaks volumes of, I think, the ability of what she's got. Given a little time, almost a month in between races here, looking at the breeding. Obviously, Go Sapper, 17% with the routers. Second dam, Life at 10. Multiple graded stakes one, grade 1 winner. Yeah, winning up to 1.25 miles. So route should not be an issue. The stretch out here, a little bit better break. Schoenthal and Carrasco, they've combined for some big victories.
Yeah, I like the veteran rider move here this afternoon, going to Carrasco, who's been around a long time. is not going to panic if something doesn't go perfectly right at the gate. The 5 is Destination, Miguel Vera, Javion Toledo. This is a filly who just hasn't run a bad race at all, stretching out for the first time this afternoon.
Yeah, she's just caught fillies, unfortunately, that were on their AA game. Every one of them, stick with the colors, has come back to run well. So, yeah, she looks like the speed and definitely gets a little bit of an assist with Crackling Cat, who I thought was going to be up there forcing the issue. So these two, it looks like it, unless Coquito, kind of the unknown coming in from Turfway Park off of that synthetic, the 5 and the 7, to me, can control things around this racetrack. They're bringing okay finishes. Obviously, the 7, we saw it. Destination, a little question mark, maybe stretching out. Goes second Lasix, second blinkers. Liam's map. I think it's going to be, against this group, she's going to be just fine. So 5, 7, 7, 5 here in the 5th.
Yeah, the 2 real quick. Amy's Symphony. On the numbers, not so good, but does have route experience, more route experience than some of these others. Mike Trombetta won a race yesterday. Things might be getting a little bit, warming up a little bit here for Mike as we get deeper into the spring. We need to take a quick break right here, but we'll be back with the Late Pick 5. Welcome back to Today at the Races, and as we mentioned, we're into the spring season here in Maryland, and big things ahead of us. Black-Eyed Susan Stakes, Friday, May 16th. Go get tickets at Preakness.com. Black-Eyed Susan is a great day at the races. If you've never been to Black-Eyed Susan, certainly plan to join us that day, the Friday before the big day. Saturday, May 18th, right here at Pimlico, up the road. Go to Preakness.com. For tickets. Things are moving right along, and these dates are going to be here before you know it.
Yeah.
They're just going to be here.
It's going to be on, in a flash. And if I saw, was it Jack Harlow? Did they
Yes.
the lineup there
Yes.
he leads the way for the entertainment. So I think that is definitely going to pique some interest out there. I even want to check with Morgan. She's kind of got her finger on the pulse of everything.
It's funny you said that.
And that. She gave a high sign there. So that means, you might want to go ahead and get some tickets.
Well,
early.
I said, Jack who? And my kid said, I know who Jack Harlow is. I said, okay.
Yep.
Then if you know, then that's good.
Yeah.
It wasn't Sonny and Cher, so I didn't know. Here we go. Race 6. Carryover in our jackpot super high 5, $2,422 in race 6 this afternoon. This is a maiden event. 12.5 is the claiming price. 1 mile is the distance. We will start with the 9 coronation time. We've got a stat. You sent in a stat on the 9 coronation time, Keith.
I did. Now, this isn't the highest win percentage, and it's a smaller sample, but Hammy Smith, regarding coronation time and some of these other runners, maiden claimers sprint the route with the blinkers on, and they went on last time in the sprint. I mean, I liked this horse last time, too, at a big number, came running. The ROI, 345, so 7 for 12 in the money. I think this one's definitely, if he's not going to win, I think he's going to knock on the door and be there. And, man, looking at the flow that I see in this race, Seeker inside probably going. Pentatonic does come out, but you've got Kickstarting this return fire. We know his game. There's going to be, I think, 3 or 4 horses within a length or two mid-turn, ramping things up. Coronation time, a little bit more focus, and really leveled off nicely the last 1/8 of a mile. I think getting that extra furlong today is going to be the time, coronation time.
Yeah, second time with blinkers. Second time with blinkers this afternoon. Yes, second time with blinkers. Like that race going 7/8 in her last start. The 2 under the overpass. This one's my top pick. We're going to look at her race from March 29th, and we're going to go down the backstretch here, Keith.
Yeah, and this one jumped up a little bit, was favored. Gets caught inside horses on the 29th of March, and the 29th of March was about as pronounced as a outside lean as you could kind of get over here recently at Laurel Park. You did not really want any parts of the rail. This one gets kind of, I say shuffle, but just drafts back inside and gets put to a ride. And when everything kind of starts going, he really loses chance at the half-mile pole. Yes, he's beaten 16 and change, but to regather everything was just too big of an ask. I thought, all in all, he kept on willingly to the wire. As like I said, Brady Bear just got that one done, makes his lucky start. They just separated from the field the last eighth of a mile. But under the overpass, back quickly, though. He's back in 8 days. But certainly, he's
I don't know if it's I just think it's probably a good move. Wouldn't say it's necessarily a give up to claim the horse for 20. Been running okay for 20 and 32 back for the maiden 20. Big race, big number, a number figure that can win this race here this afternoon. But certainly, I think it's going to benefit from the drop to the outside. Both you and I have returned fire. Now, this horse has had plenty of opportunities in the last 5 races. Beaten favorite in his last 2, but just needs to find a way.
Yeah, you can trust for him to be up on the lead.
He'll be on the lead.
And he'll stay around. He just doesn't give in. He's just took a couple horses, just run a little bit better of late. So, I think he's going to have to deal with kick-startness. That one didn't have the greatest of breaks last time. Will be a factor with Ness. So, I'm kind of leaning Coronation Time. The 2 is going to be an awfully short price. He is the horse to be that 60 buyer, jumps out at you 2 back. But everything else on the page is okay. It's nothing great. But because of that 62 back and that kind of trip last time, I think he's going to get a lot of play. Hence, I go Hammy Smith. If we can get 5-6 to 1 at Coronation Time, that'd be good for my man Lee Christian, who I missed this year. He wasn't not at the Ellery trial. So, Lee, just check in with me, make sure everything's all good.
Well, I oftentimes, you're talking about that big number, I oftentimes will just take their best number and just draw a line to it, and then work off the other stuff.
Sure.
It's hard to run back to some of those figures. Race 7 is the start of the late pick 4. Mackenzie Pfeiffer did a ticket.
Okay.
Let's check it out. She goes 2 deep here, $12 ticket. That's my girl. Let's keep it cheap. 3-6 in race 7. Race 8, 3 deep, 2, 4, and 6. Race 9, she uses a 2 and 6. Race 10, she uses the 2, who we both like, my single. And the 7, Crown to Count Crisco. I think that's a good move. I needed a single, but this is one who can up and run well at any time in the opener, in race 10. $12 ticket for Mackenzie in the late pick 4. Race 7, maiden special weight, going a mile, maiden 3-year-olds, and we will start with the 3. This is a Blue Kingdom, Benny Feliciano. We're going to pick this up at the quarter pole, stretching this afternoon from 3/4 to a mile.
Yeah, and Blue Kingdom has run 2 pretty bang up races. 66 in debut buyer, 58, just a subtle drop last time out, but the willingness is there. Blue Kingdom, the sire, first Monday, he's looking for. He's only sired a couple horses, but looking for its first win. But this guy Metagooch just runs off the screen. But look at this effort. The last eighth of a mile, kicks it in. I think the 2 sprints now out to a mile. Looking at the bottom side, yes, I think capable of getting the 1-turn mile this afternoon. So with the scratch of Big Earn McCracken, my man from Kingpin, Bill Murray, right? Love that movie. He's out, and I like this horse. Keep an eye on this horse, even if he runs up at Parks. He ran big last time out. Go watch that rerun. But I think Blue Kingdom is going to be into the race early. Going to have to deal with F35.
Just make sure you pay the rent.
Yeah, that's right.
F35.
F35 will be up there.
Brittany Russell.
Got a lot of seasoning last time at Parks. Okay.
It certainly did, making a debut race here at Laurel Park. Has a route advantage here. Been 2 routes of ground for Brittany Russell as we move to race number 8, the first of our 2 nice allowance races here this afternoon. This is a 3rd level allowance race going 5.5 furlongs. Not such a head scratcher, except it's pretty evenly matched race.
Yes,
It's just sorting through things. We're going to start with the 5 and the 6. This is No Sense, your top pick, in a video with the 3s over deuces from the race from March 15th.
No Sense has been rail the last 3, and it's definitely cost him. He just hasn't come out super sharp. 2 races back, he came away okay, but then was just under a firm rating. I just think finally he
outside.
gets the position. In between horses now, anything can happen. He could be pinched and stuff, but yeah. Has a little traffic here, works out, finishes willingly, and there's threes over deuces, the veteran. Just unfortunate here, was drifting a little bit, and lost the rein just for a brief second, but recovers. He almost got tangled up there with the left stick, with the rival to the inside, the eventual winner, bump and run, but dead game. He's holding form here for Gary Cap. I don't have him, but he will be in my exactas. I'm going to just key around No Sense, and I will probably go top and bottom at least one ticket and then come back with the 5 over the 2, 3, 4 multiple boxes. But I think today's the day where if he breaks cleanly, you're going to see Rodriguez put this guy right into the race.
Right.
If a horse tries to challenge him inside, say a Karen's Notion, I think that's going to be fine. He'll be able to handle that.
He gets laid right off of that
Yes.
in the clear
Yeah.
without having to try that hard.
Right, and then hopefully separate upper stretch. But guess what? They're all going to be there's going to be horses moving in, so he's going to have to be on the top of his game because Tenebris, Golden Candy, Murray, even threes over deuces, they've all got that kick from the quarter pole home. He's going to need a top here, No Sense. I think he's going to be close to it this afternoon given that good break, and I think he's going to hold some value based on you've got the Brittany Russell factor with Murray, you've got Tenebris coming off the big number running against Post Time.
Who runs at about 12:55 this afternoon in the Carter.
Oh, cool.
Post Time. So Tenebris's stock might go up if, depending on how Post Time runs in New York this afternoon. I have the 2 Golden Candy on top. This is my price play of the day. First off, the claim for Farrier. This is an 11-time winner who's found a little bit of a nice little niche here at Laurel Park over his last 3 starts.
And look at that record at the distance. 6 for 14, 4 seconds, 2/3. Yeah, right there with Tenebris. And he was, that 11th of February, the outside was good, and Tenebris a little bit further out that day, so might even had the better footing. Golden Candy's been game. Caught that one last time at a good price. Yeah, we'll see if Farrier, the move into the barn, can hold the form of Golden Candy. I do like that one as well. Murray's 5.5. That's kind of the question. Is that just a shade too short? But man, but he does like the sprint. I think he's gonna be closing with a vengeance.
I do too. And I mean, you just draw a line through that February 3rd race at Aqueduct.
Yeah.
And this is a horse who could up and win this race. There's no doubt in my mind. I agree with you. The question is the 5.5, but he's in very, very good form throughout that race over the mud in New York in a grade 3. I think I can give him a little pass there. Very, very good allowance race here in race number 8. I went 4 deep on my Rainbow Pick 6. As we move to race number 9, this is a first level allowance race for 3-year-old fillies going 1 mile. And we are going to start with the 2. I'm a cutie pie. Both you and I have this one on top. Or is it me?
Yeah.
Both of us do. How about that? Yeah, look, this is she didn't get away the best in her most recent start, and really never got an opportunity to get into what her rhythm is. And her rhythm is right there, right there.
And I think she'll be, given a decent break. She broke from that outer post last time, a little slow. You see it, step slow, 3 to 4 wide, into a slower flow early. Tried to make that rush up move and just couldn't sustain. The break is going to be key for her, but I like her consistency, her efforts, the efforts at a 1-turn mile. She's going to bring the finish. Yes, Society Ball has that kind of 71 buyer jumping out at you. Let's see. She's going to stretch out, and Lacey's done well with these runners. What is she the last couple of years?
22%.
Yeah, I got 23%, 241 ROI. So that's good, but she did ride the wave of the racetrack on the 3rd. I think I'm a cutie pie. It's just consistent at this distance. Yeah, let's go to Society Ball.
March 4th. Picking it up at the far turn.
Yeah, this is a race. Bunny hop inside. Thought we'd see more speed out of her yesterday. She got a little trouble. Let's see if they drop her a little bit next time out. There's CC Royal, the heavy favorite at 1-5 this particular afternoon. Is going to go ahead and win clear. Let's just concentrate on Society Ball, though. Yes, on the good part of the track. 3 wide, makes a good sustained run into the lane, gets aim, chases, and can't just really gain much the final 1/8 of a mile. She separates herself from everybody else, and the effort looks like it's there.
Yeah, good effort behind an easy winner. I mean, that was just 1-5. CC Royal was going to be very difficult to beat that particular day. The 6 is coming in for George Weaver. Look, I mean, I look at it. I finally found the winner's circle stretching out to a mile in her last start. But at the end of the day, if you're looking at figures, they're just okay. I mean, they just fit and might even be a tad soft.
Well, the barn, kind of a named trainer, right? And going to attract a little bit more play. But his horses on the dirt have underperformed here over the last couple of years. I mean, 2 for 22, and a lot of them at shorter prices. This one will be a shorter price. I do think she's going to get involved with Dwelling Legacy if Dwelling Legacy comes away clearly for Brittany, and that's kind of the extra. Will this one stretch out? I think she's going to be okay.
Oh, I think that's not a problem.
Yeah, I think she's going to be able to handle a little pressure if she needs to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have Dwelling the 5 on my picks. I do have her on my Rainbow pick 6 because I look at this one. I think she's finally going to get what she wants. I think she wants a route of ground. She's 2 for 4 while sprinting. She's honest.
Yep.
There's no doubt about that. Coming off a lifetime best. That was a Penn first level allowance, but still did it. We're not going to worry about that. Ran a good number, but I just kind of believe that's why I put her on my pick 6 because I think this is what she wants. A route of ground. Very good couple races here, 8 and 9. Yeah,
and she beats Dwelling Legacy, beats Paul Surprise, who came back in top, the one Fabulous Phoebe, who I'm going to
2 next out winners out of that
race. So Paul Surprise came back and was able to kind of get it done there. Slower flow early. Fabulous Phoebe, though, Bruce Kravitz, 12-1 on the morning line. I think this one holds some sneaky value. He's come down here with some success over the last couple of years. Blinkers going on is a big, big number for him. High percentage, good ROI. And how about this? Second route for his runners. 4 for 12 over the last couple of years. It's pretty strong. 8 for 12 in the money with an ROI of 285. I think you'll see a little finish here, bringing in the rider Salgado to ride. Fabulous Phoebe. Exactly, and she's honest. I mean, you take out her very first race, and she's had nothing but try for 5 consecutive races since her debut. And even her debut, she only got beat 6 lengths. So it's not like she doesn't have some try. Going to get a pretty decent price there on Fabulous Phoebe. Fabulous Phoebe. Yeah, we've got our Phoebe here.
We got our Phoebe here.
We got our Phoebe.
Yeah. You can call her fabulous. She does a really good job. I can tell you that.
She does a lot of things.
And she does a lot of things. Race 10. Here we go. The nightcap. As our friend Stan Salter would say, the good old-fashioned nickel for 3-year-olds and up, going 5.5 furlongs. Yeah, and going 5.5 furlongs. It makes it more genuine. Let's start with Smooth Rico, the 2. It looks to me like the race goes through him, and the big scratch in the 6. His name is Sue.
Yeah. And Big Hambone comes out. It was going to be part of that speed that Smooth Rico might have to deal with. We call it a 5.5 up in the press spec sometimes. The classic distance.
The classic distance
that we have here in Maryland. But no, Smooth Rico showed that speed last time. Jock did a nice job, Lopez, of rating this one back. The horse was content. He didn't really fight the rider. The only quirky thing was late, last 1/8 of a mile. He had to survive a claim of foul there. He kind of was trying to lay in a little bit, but spurted away. 2 sharp efforts in a row with a good break. I think Smooth Rico goes right to the front against this group for a trainer that is just rocking and rolling.
Yeah, I mean, hard to stop. 4 Star Street, real quick. Starter race, that was a bit tougher race up against it and in that nickel starter, and ran pretty well at the end of the day. Only got beat 5 lengths, only beat 1, but gets a bit of relief here today.
I thought the last 2 off a little slow at Charlestown from that wide post at 6.5. Yeah, granted that was a condition claimer, but still got it done. Jumps up against it, who's been holding pretty good form, sprinting and routing. So, yeah, I think this one with a good break can get positioned, maybe down inside, because I think Crown and Count Cristo is going to be sent a little bit by Georgia Hernandez today. And you don't want to let Smooth Rico dictate. If he does, if he's clear into the turn, he could be gone.
This is a horse, the 7 Crown Count Cristo, who has really decent form right now. I mean, he hasn't found the winner's circle since last December, but his races have been good. He's coming off a nice race here going 3/4 of March 16th, where he only got beat 3/4 of a length. That is going to do our card here today at Laurel. It's a really, really nice card. Keith, let's check out your best bet and your value play for this first Saturday of the spring meet.
Determined Princess, Phil Schoenthal. We saw the effort. Off slow, rushed up 4 wide, kept on going. Breeding suggests, yes, let's go long. Wish we had another sprint under our belt, but I think she's going to be okay. The frame looks good. I think she's going to enjoy the 1-turn mile today with Victor Carrasco up.
Value play.
Value play. Yeah, let's hit the value play.
There we go.
Coronation
There you
time.
go.
6-1 for my man Lee Christian. Blinkers went on last time. The focus was there. And when Hammy gets these 3-year-olds, they kind of steadily progress. And then they can make a jump. We've seen that with a few of his runners. I think you're going to see this with Coronation time. With the speed up in front, I think things will be a little contested turning for home. A grinding run, maybe a little wide sweep gets it done for Coronation time.
Yeah, he'll be coming from a little bit off of it.
Yes.
Like gets that coming out of the race going 7/8 of a mile where he kind of grounded out.
Yep.
Got a good second place finish. That is going to do it for Keith and myself. Stay tuned for Mackenzie Pfeiffer and myself
There you go.
after Dave Rodman with scratches and changes.
All right, good luck, everybody.